everything that exists, which very much includes you and me and the birds that live in the park, all those things behave the way they do for exactly the same reasons. Hi, I'm research psychologist Roger Spallensby. Did someone say that we form a part of a psychological structure? A system that guides everything we say and do? That's right, someone did, and it was a psychologist. When we're talking about psychology's discovery of a structure, what we're really talking about is a structure of existence itself. One should really start with existence itself, or right from the beginning, things might begin to fly off the handle. So, existence is the perfect place to start a behavioral investigation. When you think about it, if we're able to identify how existence is put together, at the very same time we'll know the most basic elements that are necessary for us to exist as well. That said, I still wouldn't get too excited just yet, because you may be severely underwhelmed. And yet, as you start thinking about what you're about to learn, you may react in a completely different way. As it turns out, everything that exists, which very much includes you and me and the birds that live in the park, all those things behave the way they do for exactly the same reasons. That's right. Everything that's alive is all guided by the same necessary norms that guide existence. Only each existing thing does so according to its own sensory capabilities. Where those capabilities are concerned, humans are at the very top of the totem pole, while, for example, one-celled amoebas are down there towards the bottom. So, what kind of structure are we talking about? It's a structure that's formed by three basic fundamental elements. The first is right there in the number one position, because it's what allows all things to exist in the first place. Here, we're talking about the ability for an existing thing to relate to everything and everyone around it. In a word, if something can't relate, it can't exist. It's just that simple. The second element is a living thing's ability to continue being what it is. After all, if something can't continue being what it is, it can't even begin to be or exist in the first place. And number three, all living things require some level of response or corroboration from that which they're in relationship with. In other words, if a living thing can't perceive what it's related to, it can't continue existing either. And that's the structure. That's it. The party's over. But most interesting, for the psychologist at least, knowing how we humans are structured is the central gateway to knowing why we humans think, feel, and do the things we do. And yeah, that's a big deal. Thank you for watching.
Understand why we all think, feel, and do the things we do. Read It's Not Your Fault by Roger Spallensby. Link in the comments below.